That's they means people. These are they that came to David, to Ziklag, while he yet kept himself close because of Saul, the son of Kish. And they were among the mighty men, helpers of war. Verse 2. They were armed with bows and could use both their right hand and the left hand in hurling stones and shooting arrows out of a bow, even of Saul's brethren of Benjamin. Verse 8. And of the Gadites, they separated themselves unto David into the hole to the wilderness, men of might and men of war fit for the battle, that could handle shield and buckler, whose faces were like what? The faces of what? Lions. And were as swift as they rose upon the mountains. Verse 17. And David went out to meet them and answered and said unto them, if ye become peaceably unto me to help me, mine heart shall be knit unto you. But if ye become to betray me to mine enemies, seeing there is no wrong in mine hands, the God of our fathers look thereon and rebuke it. Verse 18. Then the Spirit came upon Messiah, who was the chief of the captains, and he said, thine are we, David, and on thy side, thou son of Jesse, peace, peace be unto thee, and peace be to thine helpers, for thy God helpeth thee. Then David received them and made them captains of the band. Verse 32. And of the children of Issachar, which were men that had understanding of the times, to know what Israel ought to do, the heads of them were 200, and all their brethren were at their commandment. 33. Of Zebulun, such as went forth to battle, expert, somebody say expert, expert in war, with all instruments of war, 50,000, which could keep rank. They were not of what? Double heart. And they were with David 3 days, eating and drinking, for their brethren had prepared for them. Verse 40. Can we all read verse 40 together? 1 to go. Moreover, they that were nigh them, even unto Issachar and Zebulun and Naphtali, brought bread on asses, and on camels, and on mules, and on oxen, and meat, meal, cakes of figs, and bunches of raisins, and wine, and oil, and oxen, and sheep abundantly, for there was joy in Israel. Scarcity is a function of lack of helpers. Lack of helpers is traceable to lack of right relationship. Their brethren prepared them and they came. The more connected you are, the more your strength. The more rooted you are, the more your stability. The more relationship you create, the more your stability, the stronger your influence. You are not influential not until you are heavily connected. Your influence is traceable. Hear me clearly. Influence is not about money. You can have money and not be influential. The first ally in your life as a child is your parent. You must learn to form alliance with your parent. There must be a free flow connection between your parent and you children. My father is a drunkard. You don't know my father. My father didn't train me. He didn't train you. Do you know how much it cost him and your mother to keep you inside the womb for 7 months and they brought you out? Even if they gave birth to you in the dustbin, it doesn't matter. You don't know that they carried your load on their heads? Number 2 ally you must form when you are married, or if you are married, is your spouse. Either your husband or your wife. Follow me carefully. Your husband or your wife must be an ally to you. There must be an alliance. A strong one between both of you. The worst thing that can happen to married people is that your spouse is your greatest antagonist. When your husband or your wife exposes your weaknesses outside, she's not fit to be there. Follow me carefully. The greatest person you can confide in as a married person is supposed to be your spouse. When your spouse exposes your weakness outside, you are not safe. The third person on the list as your ally is your pastor. Is your who? Your pastor. Put it there. Because even if you kill somebody and you need intervention, is it not your pastor you will tell? He is your pastor. Now, even amongst pastors, there are pastors that their mouth, they are worse than parrots. If you have such person as a pastor, avoid them. Don't hand over secrets to them, because even the Bible says, don't carry jewel and put in the nose of pigs. So I hear. I like the way you people are quiet. Because I'm going to show you the qualities and the functionalities of these allies. Let me give you a few of them. But let's take from 2 Samuel 18, verse 3. Okay, for better understanding, let's take from verse 1. And David numbered the people that were with him and set captains of thousands and captains of hundreds over them. And David sent forth a third part of the people under the hand of Joab, and a third part under the hand of Abishai, the son of Zeruiah, Joab's brother, and a third part under the hand of Ittai, the Gittite. And the king said unto the people, I will surely go forth with you myself also. Look at verse 3. Mark this verse 3. But the people answered. What did they tell him? Want to go. Babrik. What did they tell him? Want to go. NLT of it. But his men objected strongly after he told them, I'm going to the war. You must not go, they urged. If we have to turn and run, and even if half of us to die, it will make no difference to Absalom's troops. They will be looking only for you. You are worth 10,000 of us. And it is better that you stay here in the town and send help if we need it. Hear me. If you don't have such people on your list of relationship, you have not yet started. Let me give you the functions and the attributes combined together, the characteristics of an ally. An ally or allies are people that are ready to value you more than themselves. They place value on you more than themselves. That's number one. Number two, they are ready to die for you, not by lips, by practical saying. They told him, you are worth more than. Hear this. Anyone that has no value for you, don't have value for that person. Some of you, you have value for people that have no regards for you. You are hanging around. You are forcing yourself on people, and they are walking away from you. You are simple. Walk away. What are you hanging doing there? You don't have value for me, I don't have value for you. They told him, you are worth 10,000 of us. 10,000. If I tell you, bring out your phones now, all your contacts, give me 7 names, 7 people in your phone that can tell you this. You may end up checking that to discover that you don't have one on your paper. If not, write 7 names that can tell you this. Don't hang around people that cannot realize this about you. These were men of David. I began to study years back the secret of David. I discovered that David had solid men around him. They were not educated. No, this is not about school. They were not educated. These were people that were indebted, borrowing, owing here and there, battered, beaten, area boys. There is so much betrayals in the church. Things that you won't do in the world, they will bring it to the church. Because the judgment of God is not instant. If like in the court, you betray your brother, they won't say anything. They just allow you, when you go to bush for meeting, the next thing they will raise the case. It's only God that can rescue you out. If not, you are dead. They kill you there. Right there, you receive one shot, you are gone. That's why it's like the church is misbehaving. Let me show you another one. Still this David's men. The same 2 Samuel 21. Verse 15. Have you seen it? Moreover, the Philistines had yet war again with Israel. And David went down and his servant with him and fought against the Philistines. And David waxed faint. 16. And Ishbi-Benob, which was of the sons of the giant, the weight of whose spear weighed 300 shekels of brass in weight, he being girded with a new sword, thought to have slain David. Look at verse 17. Can we read it together? 1, 2, go. Read. But Abishai, the son of Zeruiah, succored him and smote the Philistines and killed him. Then the men of David swore unto him, saying, thou shalt go no more out with us to battle, that thou quench not the light of Israel. One of the functions of allies is that they see you as a light. That's the next function. They see you as a light. Any friend that does not see you, any relationship you are into, and they don't see you as a light, disconnect. They shouldn't see you as a problem. They should see you as a solution. A light means solution. Now, one of their attributes too is that they are risk takers. They are risk takers. They take risk on your behalf. I'll still show you this mighty man of David. 2 Samuel 23. The same 2 Samuel 23, verse 11. And after him was Shammah, the son of Agi, the Hararite. And the Philistines were gathered together into a troop where was a piece of ground full of lentils. And the people fled from the Philistines, but he stood in the midst of the ground and defended it and slew the Philistines, and the Lord wrought a great victory. 14. And David was in an hole, and the garrison of the Philistines was then in Bethlehem. Verse 15. And David longed and said, oh, that one would give me drink of the water of the well of Bethlehem, which is by the gate. And the 3 mighty men break through the host of the Philistines and drew water out of the well of Bethlehem that was by the gate, and took it and brought it to David. Nevertheless, he would not drink it. Therefore, he poured it out unto the Lord. And he said, be it far from me, O Lord, that I should do this. Is not this the blood of the men that went in jeopardy of their lives? Therefore, he would not drink it. What are the qualities and functions? Those that are ready to jeopardize their lives for you to be alive. Those that are ready to sacrifice their blood for you to be alive. Those are the people we call allies. How many people do you have in your life that can do this to you? Now, check inside your phones. All of you, check your phones. Check, run it from the first name to the last name. How many people on your list there can die for you? How many people on your list can do this kind of thing I'm saying? That you are seeing on, I'm reading it from scriptures. That can take risk for your life. Check it. If you don't have them, begin to delete them. And start hunting for such relationship. If not, you can't go far in life. No. If not, you cannot go far in life. Don't look for what to get. Look for what to give. I told myself I must make myself an ally to other people that come in contact. That's why when you come in contact with me, I relate with you with free heart. I'm ready to go extra mile for you. When you see me shut certain doors, it's because of how they've dealt with me. I have never sat where they spoke against any of my mentors. I've never. I will show you some things today, so that you will know whether you too you are an ally to another person. Because when you want people to be allies to you, you must also be one to them also. Let's go to Genesis chapter 14. Verse 12 and verse 13. And they took Lot, Abraham's brother's son, who dwelt in Sodom, and his goods, and departed. Verse 13. And they came one that escaped, and told Abram the Hebrew, for he dwelt in the plain of Mamre, the Amorites, brother of Eshcol, and brother of Anna. And these were confederates with who? These were what? Confederates. These were allies. One of them escaped. Despite how Abraham, God was talking to him face to face, yet God couldn't tell him that his brother has been captured. Sit down, sir. What does that mean? No matter how hypersensitive you are, no matter your relationship with God, there are things God will never tell you. He will use somebody to pass it to you. Who are allies? They are people that will give you secrets, that will give you confidential info that will help your life. Those are part of their functions and their characteristics. They give you secrets. They reveal to you secrets. They give to you infos. There are secrets God won't tell you. Hello? He won't tell you. He will use people, confederates. These were confederates with Abraham. They had relationship with Abraham. In the time of trouble, do you have people that can release secret information to you? Do you have them? Are there people that can confide in you? These were confederates. One of them escaped, which means Abraham had networked with them. Abraham had formed alliance with them. That's why they could give him that information. Do you have somebody in governor's office that can give you information? Do you have people in business world that can give you information? When you see some of us relate with some persons, we are not stupid. Whether they are born again or not born again is irrelevant. All we know is that there must be a relationship. Because when the chips are down, hello, pastor, don't go out. There's problem on ground. This is the situation. Why is it that when PDP sit down to hold meeting, it will leak to APC? APC will hold meeting. Top secret, it will still leak out to PDP. Why? you should know that there's a confederation. There is an alliance. Don't make that mistake. Oh. Anything you are doing, network. Oh. Make you born children put for places. Hausa man will carry a portfolio and enter an office. From the portfolio, he will bring Isa, he will bring Muhammad, he will bring Jubrin. All of them. The next thing, as he's going, as he carry him back, they go. He don't born children put there. But our own people will enter with portfolio, will sit there alone. When you walk up to them to talk to them, please sir, Sambongedi, Ndibangame, where are you from? Is that the official language? Are you not aware that you are in an office? Why are you speaking that language? Our people are very wicked. People from the north, they do law. They enter into higher institution doing law with jam result of 105, 120 max. But our own people here, they put it and they draw a bar and they hang there and they tell you that they are educationally disadvantaged. Are we not in the same Nigeria? Is it our fault? Do they have more rights than us? So what are we saying? So much betrayals from our people. We betraying ourselves. Waiting man so now you go where? I only pity their generations. This we are confederate with Abraham. Hear me. Allies give you confidential info. They release to you secret, privileged info. Judas, that betrayed Jesus Christ, that sold out Jesus, he was a confederate with the wicked against Jesus Christ. They couldn't get at Jesus. But he said, the man I will kiss, that's the man. I know where he will be. That's the particular place. They know your secrets. Hear me. An ally, hear this clearly, is somebody that knows your weakness in totality, yet is still loyal to you to the core. Did you hear that? An ally is someone that knows your weaknesses. We are not talking about strength here. Knows your weaknesses, and yet is still loyal to you to the core. That's an ally. These are things that are not taught in churches. They teach leaders these things so that they use it to watch their followers. But I'm teaching you because we are raising leaders here. Because I've watched some of you, you are falling into wrong hands. Those you call friends, and they are betrayers. Anybody who cannot fight for you behind you is fake. Put it down, no? It's one of the functions. Allies are people that will fight for you in the secret to defend you. They don't expose your weaknesses. They cover your weaknesses. Despite your weaknesses, they still defend you to the last. Because, hear me, I told us on Sunday, there is nobody without a weakness. Am I right? Me, I know if you see that, for you to even be a fault finder, that's to say you have weakness. Praise the Lord. I'm showing you some of these things because a lot of you are missing it. When you understand the power of relationship at this level, hear me, your friends will be few. Your friends, your true friends, they are not in the multitude. If something happens now, can they put their heads for you? They can connect other people to you. What they cannot do for you, they will look for people that can do it and get it done. They will stand with you with your vision until they see it accomplished. That's the next point. They will stand with your vision to see it accomplished. They will stand with you until they see your vision accomplished. They are strategic informants. They are anointed destiny helpers. They are people you can rely on in adversity. People you can rely on when you are in trouble. Are they people you can rely on when you are in trouble? If you have no people, then you have no right relationship yet. And you need to cry to God to give you men that can go out of their ways to see you succeed. I've been an ally to Bishop Oyedepo. I've been an ally to Mommy Ofion. I've been an ally to Glorious Mama. I've been an ally to, because I've been an ally to Prophet Moses Oma. Why? They can be of different dimension, different degrees. A mentor can be an ally to you. A colleague can be an ally. A younger person can be an ally. Why do you think countries form league? An ally means to form a league. League. A league. They form a league. A confederate together.